The amazing drama you're about to see is a matter of human record. You may believe it or not, but the real people who lived this story, they believe it. They know. They took that one step beyond. The city sleeps, unaware. Overhead, the dark clouds move in swiftly, piling up in an angry, churning mass, gathering strength to smash the city with a force it will not soon forget. But the storm will bring much more than wind and rain. Much more. A force far beyond man's understanding. The might of psychic lightning. It is just before dawn of a Wednesday morning. In a moment, lightning, forked lightning, will strike two human beings at two distant points of the city, drawing two complete strangers together with an irresistible force. One of them lived in this house.
George! George? George, wake up, wake up! Oh, George, it was terrible.
What?
I saw you dead.
At that same moment, at the other end of the city,
Come on.
Doc. What happened?
Well, he sort of froze. If I hadn't grabbed him, that grinder would have chewed his hand to bits.
What's the matter, Alex? Oh, it's better sit down. Well, let's see what's wrong with you. All right, Alex. Off with your shirt.
Ellen? Ellen, don't you think it's time you came back to bed? Baby, I've got to get up in an hour.
It wasn't a dream. It wasn't.
Sure, I know. It was a premonition. Your grandmother's gypsy blood talking to you.
I saw you. I saw you lying there on the floor of the bank. I did. I did. It was as real as anything that ever happened.
Ellen, baby, darling, we've got to get some sleep.
You don't believe?
Sure I do. But you're acting like a child. Everybody has bad dreams.
It wasn't a dream. It was different. I could see right through the walls. Through the darkness. There was this terrible loud noise clanging in my head. There were people. Frightened people all around. Suddenly you were lying there at my feet. Dead.
Have it your way. I'm dead. Now can we go back to bed?
Oh, George, you mustn't go in today. You mustn't.
Oh, Ellen,
promise.
for heaven's sake.
Promise.
Ellen, are you awake? Really awake? Thinking clearly? Are you suggesting that I call the bank and say I won't be coming in today because my lovely wife has a feeling that something terrible will happen to me if I do?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, stop it, Ellen. I'm going back to bed.
George, please, I beg. George, I'm so afraid. I'm so afraid.
It's all right. It's all right now. It's all right.
All right, Alex, you can put your shirt on now. Of course, this is only a preliminary examination. But as far as I can tell, it appears that you suffered from a slight stroke. It's not necessarily serious in itself, but it is a pretty good indication of a deteriorating circulatory system. Alex? This is important. I warned you what would happen if you kept pushing yourself. Now I'm going to have to put in a report to the front office that you're no longer fit. It's for your own protection. I should have done it months ago. I'm sorry, Alex. But I have to do it. If you take care of yourself, proper diet, proper rest, or you can live as long as anyone else, and even come back to work eventually. If you don't, you'll be dead within 6 months.
You're wrong.
I only wish I were, Alex. Look, you take this envelope back to your own doctor. Have him get in touch with me. I'll only be too
You're
glad.
wrong. I don't have 6 months. I don't have 6 days. I'll be dead by tonight.
Alex, it's true your condition is serious, but not that.
When I was standing there at that wheel, it was like a million colored lights exploding in my head.
That's symptomatic of a stroke.
No. Suddenly, I knew I was going to die. Doesn't matter what I do. I'll be dead by tonight. I know it.
Alex?
Remember this? The medical history of Alex Peters. This morning, the patient suffered his second cerebral arterial spasm with a left-sided paresis. In other words, a stroke. But was it really a stroke? Or was it a physical reaction to the sudden, unshakable knowledge that he was going to die today? Well, today is still young. And as Alex Peters wanders the morning streets in search of some plan for his last hours on this earth, across town, the second part of the double premonition is having quite a different effect. Across town, George Chambers has finally quieted his wife's hysteria. He has agreed to spend the day at home, but only to humor her. He knows there can't possibly be anything in her foolish premonition. Not possibly.
I can't explain it any better than I already have. All I know is it was clearer than you are right now.
All right, but you were asleep. Now, what makes you so sure it wasn't a dream?
Because it wasn't. I ought to know the difference.
Then what do you call it?
You said the word premonition. Hello? Oh, hello, Phil. Good morning. No, he hasn't left yet. I was going to call you. George won't be coming in today. Oh, it's nothing serious. Will you tell Mr. Masterson that George isn't available?
Let me talk to him. Phil, what's this about Masterson? Today? But he wasn't due until next Monday. I see. What time? I'll be right down.
George, you promised.
I know, but this is terribly important.
Important? More important than your life?
Oh, stop being so childish.
Why can't someone else take care of Masterson's business?
No, nobody can.
Why not?
Because he's a federal bank examiner, that's why.
So? So what would he do if you really were sick?
What would we do if I were suddenly in jail? No, don't worry, darling. I can fix it. I just need a little time. That's why it's so important.
Fix what?
Well, where do you suppose all the money came from? You like this house, don't you? You like the fur coats, don't you? You like the free trips to Europe every summer, don't you?
George.
Don't worry. I can fix it.
Hi.
Good morning.
Don't you think you've had enough sleep for one night, young lady?
Why? What time is it? 9:30? Why didn't you wake me?
Well, I just got home.
How come?
I had some things to do.
Where'd you have breakfast?
I didn't. Why should I when I've got such a good cook at home?
Hey, school. What am I going to do about school?
Would you really mind very much missing one day?
Well, not really.
Come on in. I'd love some coffee.
How do you want your eggs?
No eggs, just coffee.
How come?
I'm not very hungry.
But you can't live on just coffee.
Don't you worry about me.
It doesn't really matter too much about school anyhow. Mrs. Ferris is still homesick, and we've got the substitute, who only gives us review. I won't miss anything important.
That's good.
Besides, I can get it from Alice if she gives us any new stuff.
Uh-huh.
It'll be fun being home with you all day anyhow. And we've got food shopping to do. It'll take me 2 minutes. What's the matter?
Nothing.
Why are you looking at me like that?
How am I looking?
Funny. Do you feel all right?
Sure. You know something? I like you.
Me too.
Excuse me. Who do I see about setting up a trust fund?
Well, Mr. Carter or Mr. Chambers can help you. Ellen, for heaven's sake, I'm snowed under with work. I don't...
Mr. Carter will help you.
Thank you.
Will you keep leaving me with this ridiculous... Ellen. Ellen, listen. Listen. No, I'm not leaving here. I can't...
Yes? I'd like some advice about a trust fund.
Surely, make yourself comfortable. I'll be right back.
All right. I'm going to be shot. Yes, shot to death. Okay, that's fine with me. Now, will you please leave me alone? Of course I'm making fun of you.
No. Mr.
Peters. Alex Peters.
Yes, what sort of trust fund did you have in mind?
For my daughter. I'd like to set up a trust fund for my daughter.
Well, I think that can be arranged.
I sure hope so. I'm a widower. I figure that Carolyn will need it, well, at least $100 a month to live on. At least.
Certainly. How old is Carolyn?
12. I'd like to set it up so that, well, after I'm dead, whoever's taking care of her, Carolyn will have the money to live on.
Yes, of course. Does Carolyn have a middle name?
What? Oh, no. No, she doesn't have a middle name.
Ellen, I have to hang up now.
It's all a question.
Ellen, I can't discuss this with you any longer.
We can advise you, of course.
Listen.
First, let's get all the facts down.
Goodbye, Ellen.
Daughter's 12. I take it she's an only child? Now, suppose we start with your current assets.
Well, there's my life insurance policy.
Yes, what's the amount?
$1,200.
1,200.
And then there's the stock. Hudson Corporation, 50 shares. It was selling at 3 1/4 this morning.
Well, that comes to $162.50. Savings?
Well, I have $672 in postal savings.
What else?
That's all.
Oh, surely there must be other things. Furnishings, your car, home, real estate?
No, I don't have any of those things. And I live in a furnished apartment.
150, 750, 1,200, 672. Well, as of today, your total worth is $2,034.50, counting the insurance and assuming there are no debts. At 6%, that would bring in about $120 a year.
A year?
Yes, sir. For an income of $100 a month, you'd need 10 times that amount.
10 times?
Of course, a lot of things could happen before it becomes necessary to use such a fund. You're young, there are many productive years ahead of you. Surely your estate will grow. And, of course, a certain amount will come in from Social Security. We always figure on that.
$20,000.
I'm afraid that...
Bill, let me have a conditional sales contract. I've run out of them. Sure.
$20,000? Oh, well, sure thing, Alex. No sooner said than done. Ah, man can't have too much insurance. Sir, Al, let me see here. The beneficiary would be... Oh, yes, Carolyn Peters. You got a real sweet kid there, Alex, and with things the way they are with her, well, man can't be too cautious. Yes, sir, it gives a man real peace of mind to know his loved ones are adequately provided for. Not that anybody ever expects to die, of course, but we never know when the Grim Reaper is sharpening up his axe for us, do we? Well, now, let me see. The monthly premium for a man your age would be, $67.50. It's kind of steep for you, Alex. We can cut it in half for you if you like. We can always do that. You're an old friend. I don't forget old friends, Alex. I'm not that kind of a guy. You know that. Yes, sir. Well, I guess you know what you can afford, huh? The policy will go into effect the minute I hear from... hello, Hazel. This is Wilson Tuttle. How's my girl? Uh-huh. I got another customer for you. who wants you to take extra good care of him. He's an old friend. How about tomorrow morning, first thing? No use letting any grass grow under our feet, huh? We're trying to set up an early appointment with the doctor for you.
What for?
Well, it's just a formality, of course, but when a man jumps from 1,200 to 20,000, why, we don't make the policy binding on either party until the physical examination is complete. Not that you will have any trouble, but, well, we all have to protect ourselves in the clinches, huh? Now, if the doctor has an open appointment... hello, Hazel. Oh, swell. 9:30 bright and early, that's fine. Fine. Alex?
Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? Brother John, morning bells are ringing, ding, ding, dong, ding, ding, dong. George, please listen to me, please. George, I tried not to call. But the feeling's suddenly stronger than ever that now, right now, the terrible thing that's going to happen has started. George, unless you... George, don't hang up on me. George, please listen. Daddy?
Hurry.
Harris, I want you to deposit this in the name of Wilson Barrington. Right away, please.
Yes, it happened. Just as you saw it, it happened. But why? Well, fate, destiny. What other words are there? Certainly it was destiny for George Chambers and Alex Peters to cancel out each other's lives. That's not a very satisfactory answer, is it? But what other answer is there? I mean, that we know about.